悪なき闘争反逆血の宿命だ。
私の愛する平平さんはやがて世界が救う。
Hey guys, it's Billy, and welcome back to Spellsesh. We need to talk about Daniel Prada's new video because, as we saw from yesterday's video that I posted, Gabby Hanna had come out, called out Daniel Prada and Joey Graceffa for Escape the Night not respecting the team. And as for the necklace, he says that she could have literally taken the necklace off because she said that she like broke out into hives and she had like a rash because of the metal necklaces that she was wearing. Daniel then gets into the food situation, and this is the wildest thing to me. This is the wildest part of the entire thing. You guys did not see my previous story to hear Gabby's side of this situation. She basically had specific food needs that she needed on set every single day. And I don't understand why she couldn't pack a lunch. I understand if there's food being provided and you have dietary restrictions and you feel like you told somebody that you do dietary restrictions, they don't follow that, that's really frustrating. She was saying that was one of the reasons why she was so evil and so mean on set. And it's just like, listen, I know it sucks, but if you feel like it's going to affect your mood, maybe they should bring your own food just in case they don't have food that you like. Anyways, when Daniel was talking about it, he said that there were options for her. She had specific things that she wanted. He said that they were there, readily available for her, because she said she needed healthy food, and I saw that fruit platter in the refrigerator. He did say that he was sympathetic to the fact that she was dealing with an ED, but says she never filled out any paperwork about having any dietary needs, and he said it was the first day of filming that she filled out the paperwork. How can you expect things to be ready for you day one when you didn't fill out the paperwork previously? Like, you need to fill it out prior to actually being on set in order for them to have things ready for you when you're on set. Joey also included footage in his video of her literally saying, I'm filling out the papers as she's sitting in the makeup chair. And he said, basically what everybody has been saying, if you don't like what the options are, she can talk to the kitchen or post-meted food like other people were doing with coffee. And he reads text messages between him and Gabby where she said she just needed healthy stuff in the trailer and she didn't really give a specific list at the time. So he said, also let me know anything you want in the Escape the Night trailer. I'm having PAs do shopping this week for snacks and drinks. And she said, I need hella healthy or else.
When there are beasts that lurk in the night, when there are predators in the shadows, waiting and watching to snatch us away into the abyss, it falls into the hands of man to take up the vigil and tread into darkness. But to brave the shadows takes a certain kind of paranoia and the grip of insanity. Paranoia and the grip of insanity. Madness that compels the hunter to dress like a child, lying in wait for her.
Deixei te testar pra ver se você luta de verdade.
Round 1. Fight.
Ooh. I can't, okay. No, it's not happening. Oh. What? Hey! You let me hit you?
Round 2. Fight.
I'm so tired of waiting with Ryan. I don't like fighting this character. You bitch!
Round 3. Fight.
Oh my god, this is horrible. This is horrible. This is horrible. I cannot believe what I'm seeing. Fucking bitch. I'm gonna like just literally kill him. No, I can't kill him. Of course not. Doesn't stay. Fuck off.
Released in the same year as Super Street Fighter Turbo, Darkstalkers featured fluid, dynamic animations with higher frame counts, fast-paced combos, and a wilder cast of characters based on classic Hollywood monsters. Whereas Street Fighter II animations relied on strong key poses to compensate for a slow frame count, Darkstalkers utilizes more frames to flex its mastery of the core animation principles during attacks, during movement, and even during hit stun. You can teach an entire course on animation just from studying Darkstalkers animation alone. In fact, someone already did. Go ahead and give this article a read after this video. It goes more in depth about Darkstalkers animation in general. But in the meantime, let's talk about one of my favorite parts of Darkstalkers, BB Hood. BB Hood is a Dark Hunter, a human who hunts Darkstalkers. This already places BB Hood at a design challenge. In a fighting game where Draculas can fight Frankensteins, how do you make an ordinary human just as interesting? This is actually BB Hood's design strength, because her in-game characterization through animation and performance is arguably stronger than any other character in the game. BB Hood, the only 100% human in the game, is irredeemably evil. Not that all human Dark Hunters are necessarily evil. Donovan is half human, half demon, and slays Darkstalkers in an honest redemption effort. BB Hood kills Darkstalkers for sport and money. She's not just a hunter, she's a contract killer. Canonically, she's regarded as one of the most evil characters in the whole series, which includes a cosmic tyrant who collects planets, and a death god trying to do whatever this is. Designer Akiman stated himself that while other Darkstalkers are inspired by fantasy, myth, or horror stories, BB Hood is instead inspired by the frightening qualities of the human race itself.
Round one. Fight.
Come, And then I gotta deal with people avoiding my moves all day. That's gotta be fun. I love being avoided when I'm Katarina. This is what I gotta go through every time I play ranked. Every time. I swear to God, when I get fujin, I'm gonna stop playing ranked. I swear to God, because I worked hard for that shit. And then I had it taken away from me so many times, and I'm tired. I'm just tired of it. At what point is it like, I'm good enough, I have nothing to prove. I have nothing to prove. And this shit keeps happening every time I play this fucking game. It happens to me every time. See? But then I do the move, people all of a sudden know when to hit me. It's so annoying. Fuck off.
Round four. Fight.
It's that bullshit right there. It's supposed to hit you. Supposed to hit you. If you were any other character, it would have hit. But for some reason, it's because Katarina, all her shit is so linear. gotta be precise. I gotta literally make sure everything lands. Ugh. See that shit? That's the shit I don't like. I'm tired of that. Huh? Ah!
You lose.
Like, you guys, like, that, honestly, this is the shit that pisses me off. That should have hit him. This should have fucking hit him. I don't know why it didn't hit him, but it should have. It was right there. This is why I don't, when I play her so predictably, because I have to use moves that I know are gonna hit. I don't trust anything with this character. I don't trust her.
When motivated by greed or ambition and fueled by malice, no monster can compare to how terrifying humans can be.
Round 1. Fight.
But somehow that hit me, even though I'm doing an airborne move. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. It's the same shit every time.
Fight.
That, huh, 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 huh. Fuck off.
Round 3. Fight.
No, it's not what I meant to do. See the lag keep getting me because I can't do any combos. Really, really, really.
Round 4.
Really? One. Fuck off. This is what you get. Go to hell. Stop giving me a hard fucking time. You're not getting matched again, because now I'm pissed off. And this is what I keep going through when I play ranked, right? I do well one match, another match I do horribly. So annoying.
In my previous videos, I mentioned the importance of things like follow-through, anticipation, very technical principles that form the basis of strong animation. But there's a principle of animation I haven't talked much about in depth, and that's acting. Babyhood is the best example to demonstrate this principle because she is literally acting in the midst of the fight. Her visual design is obviously based on Little Red Riding Hood, a character whose cultural identity is being the victim of a monster attack. This keys into one of her primary personality traits, that she's constantly trying to deceive her foe with a guise of innocence, and is reinforced through her animations. To truly understand the brilliance of Phoebe Hood's animation, it's necessary to know that her sprite is more than just herself. Her dog, and even the random butterflies that follow her, are part of her animations as well. If you take a close look at her light and medium normal attacks, she's actually disguising her strikes as though she were doing something else. Her jab is just her reaching for butterflies that may or may not hit you. Here's her leaning over on one leg to look at her dog while her other leg may or may not hit you. Her command normal medium kick has a sudden mole appear behind her as she jumps.
New challenger.
First away, medium on. Their dashing attack is just...
Get ready for the next battle.
The second facet to this is when Baby Hood drops the guys and just decides to bring out the guns, bombs, or missiles. When she's not pretending anymore, she's a brutal, ruthless killer. Her violent actions become very deliberate. Facial expression becomes sinister. Her posture and voice change. She takes on the mannerisms and practiced motions of a trained assassin. It starts becoming even more insane when the two facets start crossing over, during attacks where she's deliberately doing harm.
Vamos lá.
Round one.
This bitch. Ah.
Round two. Fight. Round three. Fight.
Ah. Hey! Ouch!
Round four. Fight.
Come! Oh my god, you fucking cunt! Cunt! Yeah, oh my god! How do you sit there and fucking do an attack like that? Like, that's... Oh my god. Get up. Bitch. Seriously.
The Red Riding Hood guys. Her hit move, Beautiful Memory, is every extreme of this two-faced dynamic all at once. Of course, when the jig is up, she just calls on her hidden firing squad and brings up the big guns. To point out an ironic and hilarious contrast, the dog isn't in on the plan. He's actually an honest and good boy who freaks out and panics for his life when it's killing time. The true brilliance of BB Hood's presentation is how her very presence constructs a narrative through actual gameplay. Every time a Darkstalker enters a match against BB Hood, the disguise has worked, and she has them right where she wants them. When she ends the match and her accountant hands her the bill,
Round 1.
the game has just told.
Fight.
Yo, come on, let me hit you. Let me hit. Fuck off. Good God. Like, this bitch needs more plus frames. Ah! Thank you. Thank you. Just thank you. Just want to say thank you for that. I needed that.
Her cold-blooded killer just earned her check.
Round 3. Fight.
Tired of your shit, bitch. I'm tired. Fuck off. Ah! Just kill her already! Oh my god. You're giving me a hard fucking time, bitch.
Round 4. Fight.
Oh my good. See the ducking on the moves. Nothing's going through. See the ducking at my moves. Nothing's going through. I don't know what's happening. I'm trying to kill this person, and they're like playing me, and I don't know what to do, and I'm getting angry about it.
Fight.
Want to duck everything? Want to duck all the time? Stop it. It's not funny. Not a joke. Ugh. See? But I can't hit him. I cannot hit him no matter what I do. I cannot hit him no matter what I do. Yo, oh my god, this is just awful. This is horrible. This is horrible. This is horrible. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's all I wanted. Thank you. That was all I wanted.
Every single thing about BB Hood is dedicated to fully expressing the full dynamic range of her schizophrenic persona. And there are few examples who are as fully realized and as expressive as BB Hood is. Without even having to play a story mode, a player understands everything about BB Hood just from playing as her and seeing her in motion. What's even more exceptional about BB Hood's personality and presence is how every inch of her in-game representation is committed to playing up the deception, even beyond her battle animations. All of her in-game art, musical motifs, and key art are pushing the image of the cute, innocent girl until you look close enough. Because fighting games don't have good stories,
I find Leo so annoying.
convey everything about themselves
Very annoying to fight.
to the player.
I cannot stand fighting that bitch. I'm trying to get Katarina to fujin. But what's holding me back is all these flaws that she has. This fucking move is so linear, it will not hit. See, literally right there it kind of fucked up a bit. It literally like won't hit the opponent sometimes. See, if I do enough of these, it will not hit. Okay, it's for some reason it's hitting right there, but in gameplay, this is missed many times. I cannot get it to I cannot really get to the point of proving that it doesn't work a lot here, because I can't give the CPU any actions, but in gameplay, it literally will not work. If the opponent moves even a little bit, it will not work. There are times I've performed this move on the ground, it didn't work. When the opponent was on the ground, it did not work. It's a very weird move. It does good damage, but it like does not hit. Ever. Unless the opponent is directly in front of you on the ground.
Every single character in Darkstalkers is committed about themselves and the world to the player through the regular play experience. Every single character in Darkstalkers is memorable for this reason. But BB Hood stands out to me as Darkstalkers' expression of pure malice and cruelty, dressed in a little red cape. That about wraps up today's Avatar. Big shoutouts to Art Eater and Carnival.
Deixe eu te testar pra ver se você luta de verdade. Time to
Round 1. Fight.
This is this fucking reason alone why I can't get promoted.
Fight.
Stop. Yo, you see what I mean? Right there it missed, and it was right in front of her. Right in range, and it still misses. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's not normal. Ah! See? All these stupid retarded strings that keep blowing me up that I can't get to or can't punish properly because the character is too fucking slow. Like it's so annoying. Like good god, like this is the shit that I don't like about this game, like some of these characters, the way they're designed. Ugh. Ugh. Ah! What a pussy.
Goodbye.
Get ready for the next battle.
I mean, I don't like being on the receiving end of the rage art, but rage art does kind of save you from some stuff and prevents that fucking pressure.
Vamos lá. Eu vou juntar essa bunda até o inferno. Time to die.
Round 1. Fight.
Gotta be so careful with all my moves. I can't press buttons. I can't, like, do anything. I gotta eat the entire string for what it is. And see, right there, like, I can't do nothing. Why does it have to be thrown into a string like that? Like, plus unblock. Like, I'm unable to do anything. I'm unable to press a button. I have to eat the string. I don't care that it can be ducked. That's why I'm like, my friend be telling me this bitch needs buffs. She does not need no buffs. You're just not using her cancels. You're not using none of her cancels, but you want to say she needs buffs. Okay. Yeah, of course she's gonna need buffs. When you don't use her the right way, she's gonna need buffs. Like I'm tired of it. I'm like over it with this girl. Like I'm like beyond my breaking point. Like I'm pretty mad. I'm very furious. You see? Shit right there. That shit right there should not be avoiding her like that. It should be going through. The move was designed to hit people and it's not hitting people. What's up? What the fuck is up? What's the issue? Okay, I give up. I give up. Nina, go fucking fight somebody else. Don't fight me. Get out of my face.
Goodbye.
Get out of my face. Get out of my face.
Introducing the first ever AT4 lineup.
Seriously, like, I just want to just get the fujin ring so I can stop obsessing over it, so that way I can stop playing ring.
Thank you for judging me.
Okay, best friend.
You know my
Want yet another thing that I do, yet another channel to somehow be about my color and have that held against me. Okay, I'm gonna take a pause and so she knew this stuff very well. So I go on to say, like, I know how shitty the hand is being a minority female, how this industry is classically set up to only allow a few minorities at the top of their game, and so it's general bullshit. I'm sorry, like that to cut through somehow. But sometimes I'm at a loss. And I'm doing a shitty job of putting words to what's in my hard. Meaning that I was at a loss to try to figure out how, I don't know how to cut through this bullshit because of my color. I don't know what to do. I said, I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be emotional about this. I don't want it to be about... I didn't want yet another thing that I do, yet another channel to somehow be about my color and have that held against me. Okay, I'm gonna take a pause and then... I'm sorry.
That we didn't earn our seat at the table like everyone else, that we didn't have to work harder to earn our seat at the table. If we want to talk about handouts, all we have to do is look at the trending page that is hand-selected by YouTube, not based on views, and the vast majority of the time it's white creators. And who's been on trending over and over? Mikey has. So, yay! Oftentimes you only see a minority on trending if it's music or sports, and that's because historically systemic racism has only allowed minorities to succeed if we're entertaining folks with music or sports. And I noticed that many times when she was on trending, she went to Twitter and was complaining about it, like incredibly ungrateful. So it's like she complained about not getting handouts, but when she got the handouts, she's complaining about getting them. And it's gross when you sit at the top to say that the reason for our success is because of handouts. From what I can see, that's not only prejudice, but looking a whole lot like that microaggressive racism. And it scares me, especially when people with huge influence do and say these types of things, because is this the type of narrative that you're feeding your audiences? Is this what you're encouraging them to think and feel about us? If she was willing to say these things to me in my pain behind closed doors, what more could you possibly be saying about those of us who aren't even your friends? And like, let me remind you once again, this is a conversation that started with me saying I'm in a very serious depression in relation to my color. So in that state of mind, I tried to push back a little bit and I said, I kind of wish, but the overwhelming majority of successful and largely pushed creators still are white. Still what's predominant on all media, authority, casting, and what's celebrated as beauty. Let's not forget that the standard of beauty that has been set up in our society is what? It is white, blue eye, blonde hair. It is literally everything that Mikey is. That's a great privilege. It must be fun, but that ain't me. And like, don't even get me started on that. Women who have a darker tone than I do have it even worse, if you can imagine what that must feel like. And after saying all of that, she responds with this. I think I meant... I'm sorry, she did mention this to me several times in the past. She says, I think I mentioned this, but Peter has heard from several actor friends of his that they're being turned down repeatedly for roles because they're essentially too white. That Hollywood is mostly only looking for ethnically ambiguous now. I'm sorry, it's hard for me to get through this because this is just, wow. She repeatedly likes to feed me this lie that Hollywood is only hiring minorities and that white people can't get jobs in Hollywood. I don't know if she's saying we're taking their jobs, so I'm trying to get around these conversations that it's time to have a read. So I'm going to go ahead and look up the Hollywood diversity report. The reason why I'm thinking about it is that it breaks it into two categories, white and everything else. So here are a couple of breakdowns when it comes to the so the lead actors in film roles. 20% of them are minorities, so you get to fight amongst that yourselves, minorities, while 80% are white. If we talk about film directors, the ones in charge of the films, 12% are minorities, meaning 88% are white. And when we talk about film writers, the ones who are writing all the stories that we film and ingest, 8% of them are minorities, meaning 92% of all film writers are white. It's funny that you bring up the Hollywood.
mixed. Which I guess now we're bringing in the mix. When people say things like, oh, but from my perspective, to me, then there are so many more opportunities for you now, then let...
Wilmington University works. Join us online for our virtual open house on July 21st. Live chat with faculty and staff, explore 200+ academic programs, and get your application fee waived at this event. Details at wilmu.edu.
Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Okay. Hi. Where do I begin? It's been an interesting few weeks, so most of you probably know that the last video I posted was a pretty heavy one, and I have taken the last couple of weeks just to digest all of the response, as well as her apology and who's reached out. I'm going to address that and give my thoughts in this video in a minute, but firstly, I just want to say thank you to those of you who took a little bit of your time to listen, not just as it relates to certain people, but just the bigger picture. I just am so encouraged that you felt even just a little bit more empowered to share your own story, because I know how difficult and how scary that can be. And also to all of the allies in training, that is so important, and I just want to thank you guys. Through the response to the video, I've been trying to see the support as well as the critiques and criticisms. I also realized that I triggered a lot of racists. I guess I hurt their feelings. They just can't help themselves. From the depths of the sludge they hate.
The issue I have is she is super light-skinned.
So I say, frick it. We're just gonna have a laugh about this for a minute, because honestly, if I don't have a laugh about this every now and then, I'm just gonna punch myself in the face. Actually, I'm sure some of you would like to see that happen, so here you go. Would you like to see that again? You're welcome. Let's continue. Now, yes, friends, I know I shouldn't give attention to the discriminatory trolls. The discriminatory trolls. Oh my gosh, bitch, we got a new word. The discrimitrolls. The new DC blockbuster film, Battle of the Discrimitrolls, where the new Justice League obliterates the minds of evil Karen Decepticons. Coming soon.
Round 1. Fight.
Of course. Bitch is fucking patient, like I can't even blow her up. Forcing me to duck, forcing me to duck. Ah! Fuck off. When I get to Fujin, just know I will not be playing ranked anymore with this character. I've struggled enough. I've struggled enough.
So back by popular demand, we are bringing back the Wheel of Racism. I can't. This is my life right now. And we're gonna take the hate from these troglodyte asshat comments and turn it into a learning experience. You just ended racism. Alright, so let's take a look at the Wheel of Racism. Wherever it's in yourself black.
Deixa eu te testar pra ver se você luta de verdade.
Round 1. Fight.
Stop. Every time I whiff a move, that shit has to happen. I don't like. Oh. You're one of those players. How did you even know? See, bitch, I don't ever fucking... I cancel that one all the time. I cancel it all the time. Oh. Ah. Ah. Die. Hey. Ah. Fuck off. Nice try, bitch. Fuck off. Fuck off. Just fuck off.
Você tem técnica, mas não tem alma.
I'm dead inside. You are not black, you're fixed.
Get ready for the next battle.
You like to cater to a black audience by calling yourself black and animating yourself darker than you actually... I can't do it. I can't. This person literally just came for the color of my animation skin. Listen. I don't know what it is, but some...
Deixa eu te testar pra ver se você luta de verdade.
Round one. Fight.
Don't fucking key charge me. How are you a fujin and you suck this hard? Oh my god. Must be embarrassing. No. Mm-mm. This is embarrassing. Like, you should be ashamed of playing this way. You should be ashamed. You should be ashamed. You really should be ashamed, Lily. You should be ashamed. Yeah, run away, you little bitch. You don't deserve the Emperor rank. Keep halting my success.
Because of their color. Make it make sense. That not only once again puts the assumption that one single black speaks on behalf of the entire community, but then uses them like pawns to pit their words against the person of color that they're so desperately trying to invalidate. And I'm bored with this subject. Let's move on.
She made claims that she was living in the biggest civil rights movement in the history of the world multiple times. No. Do you get a history book? Have you ever heard of the 1960s? Like, you are wrong.
I don't know where the disconnect was.
Shitty ass connection.
It's called the internet now, which they did not have in the 60s, and that the
Because everybody did it to me a million times, I'm gonna do it to them.
A lot of that can be attributed to the fact that we have the internet and can share this information. So by that measure,
Another issue I have is she is super light skinned.
Yep.
Here comes the man judging me for the color of my skin. You understand the hypocrisy there, right? We love to see it.
I want to talk about this race thing, which I find is ridiculous, but I know that is going to cause people to be like, oh, you mean racist. Another issue I have is she is super light skinned. Oh, you mean racist. Another issue I have is super light skinned. Racist. And I'm sorry, if I want to hear some black experience from someone, I want to hear from someone that is darker skinned. Like, I have a darker.
Let's see how they like that. Because people want to report my account and shit and get me flagged.
you racist, okay? You fake too. So let's not light bright. This whole thing has been a facade my entire life. I have just been tanning for views. So this person said, you are not nearly as dark as you think you are.
Okay, alright. Skip that then. Okay, fine. Skip.
And also from the way you talked.
Oh, it just got racist.
What did you? Jackass. Suddenly there were all these women in the comments and in the media demanding like it. I'm sorry to break it to you.
It's been banned. Well, will be. Cause PlayStation will see that and get right on it. I'm gonna report everybody that like you get my comments cussing me out. I'm gonna start reporting them.
Interrupting my video at this point. I had actually filmed that stuff that you just saw like a couple of weeks ago, but then I went and traveled to see some of my family and did it safely, quarantine, all that good stuff. And I didn't feel comfortable in posting this video before the election or immediately after because I just thought there were so many other things that we all need to be focusing on. And I'm also just the type of person who has a tendency to just sit with things for a while. I generally just like to hastily respond to stuff. Now, of course, I did keep the front half of this video because I do think, you know, sometimes things get so absurd and so ridiculous with just the news, and sometimes I just have to have a laugh at it. It's ridiculous. But honestly, at the end of the day, if you think that sample is just a temperature of the current climate that we're in. Okay, so I will address the apology. I went back and forth quite a bit about if I was going to ever say anything about this. Oh, hello. Did you come to give comforts? There you go. This is my moral support right now. Aww. Okay, as I was saying, probably the most common question that I receive is, do I accept the apology? And I'm talking about the apology that was on her Instagram stories. My short answer is, that will take time. It's making an apology does not rectify everything instantaneously. The reality is, me just being, totally real with you guys, I feel like there was deflection, I feel like there was avoidance of things. In fact, from what I can understand from it, it seemed like she was apologizing for certain things in the past, but not the recent things, and so because of that, I I'm just trying to explain that for me, this kind of thing takes time. Another thing people have asked me about is why I thought it was posted on my Instagram stories. And like the answer is like, I don't know. All I can do is guess. If I were to guess, I would imagine possibly likely because people can't comment directly on it, therefore there can be no public feedback. People can't leave comments, therefore people can't interact. With everything and moving forward, I did, have noticed that she did not do the one similar that I did so it's kind of, it's what it is, and there were, sorry, I know this is a lot, I know I shared some of the crazy, like, racist comments, but I do want to share a couple of words of comments that were posted on my video from Daniel Wallace. If you guys don't know who he is, he's another creator on the platform. I think he's a tremendous talent, and I've been following him for a while, and he said some things that were very eloquently stated that underscored what I was doing. Because of their race. It's imperative that people realize that these attitudes are no less harmful then you're the one making it about race. If you win, it's because you're black. If you lose, it can't possibly be because you're black. Which just so very concisely, probably better than I even said it myself, underscores a lot of what I was trying to share, and what I think a lot of us experience. And he also said, addressing someone's comment where they said, would Swoop like it if her former friends came out and complained about her shortcomings? He replied by saying, you really need to understand that casual racism is not a shortcoming. Someone had said Swoop could have made her point about racism and homophobia without identifying the actual person. He said, yes, she could have, but there is literally no need to protect someone who's being racist and homophobic. We should be worried about protecting victims of racism and homophobia. And I just want to underscore that sentiment, not specifically talking about just my experience, but just in general, because I see so often this thing where people go to protect the harmful behavior, whether it's racism or bigotry or sexism, misogyny, defending without thought the harmful behavior. I see people brush the offense aside and therefore the victims along with it and shame them versus protecting and supporting the victims and those who have experienced it. I experienced quite a lot of that when I opened up about being sexually assaulted and being attacked by people without trying to sound like, some preachy pedestal thing. Like, I don't feel the need to protect harmful behavior. I'd rather stand up against it and support those who are working towards accountability and equality. And I'm sure I will make mistakes along the way, but I I don't need to protect the behavior, I want to protect the people. Now, another thing that I want to say is more directed towards influencers and creators. The fact that I received so much racist hatred, so much bigotry as a result of making my video is very telling of the culture, of the environment that influencers can cultivate with their actions. And it's something that I think we all as creators and influencers need to take a look at. I'm going to share with you guys what I tweeted the day after I put out my video. This is like where my head was at. I'm being called every racist slur in the book. And while I know I opened the door, it goes to show there is so much more work to be done. I can only hope people feel empowered to tell their stories, especially disparaged groups, and that people allow them the space to tell it. I received a lot of private messages from people saying, you know, in their first sentence that they are, you know, her biggest fan or a big supporter of her, and in the same breath would call me the N-word, or would tell me to hang myself, or that black people are worthless, and so on and so on and so on. Now, I intentionally didn't include those in this video because I didn't want to come across like I am saying all of her supporters are that racist. Is that the type of audience that you want? Again, not everyone was responding like that, but there were quite a lot. When you created a space where racist people like that feel safe to be in, then I think influencers might need to take a second look at what they're doing, what their behaviors are, what they're putting out into the world, and what they are influencing. It is very telling when large volumes of that kind of bigoted hatred comes out from people that are in someone's fan base. Now, I'm obviously not going to blame influencers for everything, like every single
Safina
says and does. But I guess my question is, have you set a track record for being anti-racist? Have you set a track record for being anti-bigotry? Because I would venture to guess that it's going to be far less likely to have that type of person in your fan base. I will say that I am personally in a space where I am actively limiting and choosing to not follow influencers who I feel don't have a grasp or have chosen to ignore or to exploit what's going on, like all of the civil unrest and the movement, or people who have...
Alright, let's kill her. Let's whoop this bitch's ass. I do that shit all the time with Safina. Stop. I do it all the time. Uh-huh. I knew this shit was gonna happen. Wow.
Track record of problematic behavior. Sometimes people have a tendency to turn...
Round 2. Fight.
Wow! Wow! Okay, this bitch is not playing. Okay, she's not playing. Wow. That actually avoided it. No, no, no! Oh!
You lose.
You faggot! Fucking fuck you! Go to hell! You would run away. You would run away from a fight as soon as I'm getting promoted. This is the shit that pisses me off with ranked. This is the shit that pisses me off. This is the shit that pisses me off. I can't react to nothing because it's all mix up.
Popular as their main source of resources without necessarily taking the time to realize that, like, that person might not have experience. I do think there's a lot to be said for the importance of continuing to turn to Black voices and minority voices and people who are directly from the communities that have been disparaged. If you have questions, and then as far as, like, learning and listening from other allies, there are people who have a long track record of positive allyship, and those are the people that I choose to turn to. And I understand that everyone is on their different journey, and a lot of people are, like, new to this, which is great, and I celebrate and applaud all of that, but I'm not necessarily going to turn to someone as my main resource, to someone who's, like, just learning about being an ally, or someone who's had, like, problematic history. That's not necessarily someone that I'm going to look to as an expert, right? I just hope that people branch out and don't just look to the most, like, popular influencers and assume that they're going to be, like, the best resources for these topics, and understand that there are a massive scope of people.
How the fuck you still have your account after I just blocked you? I mean, just banned you.
Who have a track record of being an ally when it's not a trending topic. There were just a lot of people who jumped on the trend over the summer and then immediately jumped off it when it wasn't trending and when it wasn't getting them more followers. Just look to those who continue the conversations when it's not so cute to talk about it. And I do want to...
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. All of a sudden, you got the tricky mode shit on. Yep, and now I'm gonna get key charged.
Round two. Fight.
Ah. How? What the f... Oh, what is going on? What is going on?
Round three. Fight.
Million minutes, but yet can't get a good low up in there.